In this video, I'm going to be telling you some super genius tricks on how to get super rich in 24 hours. Chances are if you're playing this game, you're probably making a lot of mistakes that are hindering your progress. And these are really simple fixes and they're going to help you progress in the game by a butt ton. Starting off, the very first thing I'm going to be telling you about is using Discord servers. Make sure you're always using Discord servers when you're playing this game. And what I mean by that is not just join a random Discord server for no reason. Join Discord servers that show you crop stocks, which means you don't need to go to the seed shop and check every single time for what seed is in stock. Right now, the stock is kind of mid. They just have like pumpkins. But if you join Discord servers, they're going to show you exactly what seeds are stock when they're in stock. And as soon as you see a certain seed that you want, you can literally just hop on the game and just buy it on your account. That's really overpowered. That's the method I use to get a bunch of my good plants. And the best thing about it is it doesn't just work for the plants. You can also use it for things like eggs. Right now, there's only common eggs, but say there was a legendary egg in stock, then I would just get a ping on Discord and then boom, I'll just be able to join the game and get my hands on that egg. The same thing works with gear as well. You can look for very specific types of gears. And another important thing is to always buy sprinklers. They're very important, as well as watering cans. But yeah, if you use the Discord servers, then you can literally get exactly what you want whenever you want, because the chances of these rare plants being in stock is actually very close to zero. Like if you're looking to get an ember lily or a beanstalk, like the chance of you getting that is like close to zero. So the only way you can actually realistically get your hands on them is just by using Discord servers to check the stock. The next thing I'm going to be telling you about is kind of a bad thing, and that is to steal fruits. And no, I don't mean literally steal every single fruit in the game. And I know a lot of you watching might not even have Robux, but for those of you that do, stealing a fruit only costs 37 Robux. And chances are, if you're smart with it, then you can literally steal some crazy fruit. But one downside to this is that you are literally just stealing a fruit from someone, and that can kind of make you a bad person, depending on how you view the game. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a game, right?
You serious?
All I'm saying is that if you are smart with it, then you can end up getting your hands on some really crazy fruits by just stealing them. And if you really want to be good at this method, then you can just server hop until you find a really crazy garden with a bunch of rare fruits and just steal them. And to prevent fruits that you want from being stolen, all you have to do is head over to the gear shop and buy this item right over here. The favorite tool. It does cost 20 million shekels, but once you buy it, you can favorite any specific fruit that you want, and that'll literally just prevent people from stealing it. So if you get something really good, like this amazingly huge beanstalk that I have over here, just favorite it. Like, look, I favorited this, which makes it so that nobody can steal it. I'm gonna wait for it to get mutated a couple times before I actually sell it. Another really important thing that I'm gonna tell you guys about is to always buy sprinklers. Sprinklers are the best way to level up your plants in the game. When you buy sprinklers, the chance of them being overgrown and getting mutations like wet increases a significant amount. Everyone knows the bigger the crop, the greater the yield, which means you basically just get more money the bigger the crop is. Like, look at this beanstalk I have right here. You really think this small little beanstalk would sell more than this gigantic one right here? It probably won't. Like, there's no way that's possible. And it's not just for crops in the game. The same goes for pets. The bigger the pet is, the better its effects usually are. Another thing you should know when you use the sprinkler method is to use it on plants that haven't been grown yet. So if I wanted to use the sprinkler method here, I would not use it on a place like this because all the plants are already grown. So there's no chance for them to grow bigger. It has to be before they start growing. So if I collected this whole beanstalk right here and then I started placing a bunch of sprinklers, then it would probably be a good idea. Another thing you should do is to place your good plants next to each other. My best plants right now are probably the beanstalks, but it is a bit unrealistic to place the beanstalks next to each other because even if I do have one sprinkler, I won't be able to cover all of them. Like, the max is like maybe one or at the highest two. So it is kind of unrealistic to do that. But if it's plants like the cacao, like if I had multiple cacao trees, then I could place them right next to each other and a bunch of sprinklers would cover them. Like, look at this area. Another thing you should know is the best sprinklers in the game go in this order: basic, advanced, and godly. Godly sprinklers are crazy. Like, they make your plants grow humongous. I might just buy one. Actually, no. So if you ever see the godly sprinkler or the advanced sprinkler in shop, make sure you buy it, like straight away. Like, just literally just buy it. Don't even think. The next trick I'm going to be telling you about also has to do with Discord servers. If you join a bunch of grow a garden trading Discord servers, then you can start trading with people, and if you know how to trade properly, then you can get your hands on some crazy stuff really fast. Just make sure you understand the values for everything in the game. Another cool thing you can do in this game is place multiple sprinklers next to each other. And I don't mean literally placing like 3 basic sprinklers right next to each other because you do not get any extra buffs. What I mean is that you can place one basic, one advanced, and one godly sprinkler, and the effects of all 3 of them will be combined with each other. And also keep in mind, each sprinkler does have a time limit, so once that time limit runs out, the effects will wear off. Another really important thing you can do in your garden is to actually just press E when you harvest your plants. And I don't mean harvest them one by one, by clicking E like this. Like, look how long this takes. You can literally just hold the button down and you just harvest all the plants super quick. Like, look at that. That was way faster. Let me try it on the tree right here. Boom. Look how much faster that is. It's much better than clicking E like this over and over. The next trick I'm going to tell you about also has to do with the sprinkler method, and I mentioned it briefly before. Make sure you're planting all your good plants next to each other, and make sure you're reasonable with it because, like I said before, you cannot do that with beanstalks. It's just a bit unrealistic. So if you have small good plants, just plant them all literally in the same spot, because then you don't need to use multiple sprinklers for it, because obviously sprinklers just have a certain radius. Another very important thing that you need to do in this game, and this is literally a must if you want to get super rich, is to never log off. Your goal should be to be on the game literally 24/7. And I don't mean that you need to be present in the game walking around like I am right now. I mean, you just have to be here AFK. And what that does is it keeps your garden active. And you might be wondering, what the heck even is the point of that? If my garden grows offline, why does it need to be active all the time? If you're offline, then you can't get any mutations on your plant, because there's different climate events in the game, and those climate events don't affect your garden unless you're actually online and on the game. When you go to bed, just leave an auto clicker on. It's the most simple way to get your hands on a butt ton of cash. Like, look at this dragon fruit I have here. It's honey glazed and frozen. Look at this, I got another frozen plant here. Oh, this one's pollinated and frozen. That's pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, just make sure you're staying online all the time pretty much. Well, it depends on how serious you are and if you have to use your computer for other things, but that should be your goal. Now, the thing I'm going to be telling you about is don't spend Robux in the game, especially on something as useless as Grow All. Like, this is not worth 375 Robux. I don't even know why this is a feature in the game. If you do want to spend Robux on the game, the only thing you should be spending Robux on is something like stealing a fruit maybe, or you can use it to get some extra pet slots. That's probably one of the most useful things in the game. And if you're super rich and have access to a lot of Robux, then you can actually open these packs right here, because you have a chance of getting some really crazy items. But then again, like, look at the chances, bro. It's like 1%, 0.5, 0.25. The chance of you getting your hands on this is really, really low. Oh my god, bro, that is a massive coconut tree. Okay. Anyways, moving on to the next trick. This one is really useful if you have super tall plants like that coconut tree I have over there. It's super useful if you have super tall plants. Well, I guess the beanstalk doesn't count for this because you can climb up the beanstalk yourself. But if you have a coconut tree, then it can be really hard to get to the top of it. Like, look, if I try climb up my coconut tree, there's no way I can get above it to collect all the coconuts safely. The way I would have to do it is like climb on my beanstalk like this. And even that is kind of difficult to do. Okay, here we go. I maneuvered it. And then I would have to get on the top. But if I didn't have a beanstalk, then I would literally have no way of getting up here. And one way to fix that super easily is by getting bamboo. Let me just show you guys what I mean quickly. You can literally use bamboos as ladders because you can climb them super easily. Oh my god. Wait, this got pollinated. Let's go. Okay, anyways, if I plant a bamboo right there, let me just water these as well so it grows up a little bit faster. Boom. Look at how high that bamboo grew. I can literally use this as a ladder to climb all the way up here and jump on my coconut tree, and boom. Now look at this. I can collect my coconuts with ease. Anyways, that's one trick you can use, but I don't really need this for my garden specifically because I just have a bunch of beanstalks. I think I have like 4 in total, so I have no problem getting up here really. So I'm just gonna remove this for now because I don't really need it. Another thing you really should be doing is buying the recall wrench. But only do this if you do have a decent amount of money. How much do they even cost? They cost 150,000. And right now my garden is located right here, but you do have a chance of your garden spawning in that plot over there or that plot over there. And if it does end up happening, then it's going to take a lot of time to walk over to the gear shop. Instead of just doing that, boom, I just get teleported. And this is going to be super useful when you want to buy stuff in here. With the seed shop, it doesn't matter because I can just teleport to the seed shop, so it's not as important, but you guys get what I mean. Okay. The next trick I'm going to be telling you about is the most underrated thing in this game. That is a very specific pet. And no, I'm not talking about any of the pets that I have equipped, and I'm talking about the dog pet. You might be wondering, why the heck is the dog pet so good? Well, it's not good for everybody, but it is good if you are trying to use a very specific method. And let me just... Can I pick this up so I can show you guys? Okay. Boom. All right, I picked that guy up. Now let me spawn in a dog. And let me show you the effects of the dog. So every 1 minute it has a 5% chance to dig up a random seed. And right now I have 6 pet slots. So imagine all of those guys were dogs. Then it would be like basically every 10 seconds I have a 5% chance of digging up a random seed. Keep in mind, it said random, which means it can be literally any seed from the seed shop. So if I got super lucky, then I could just end up getting my hands on an ember lily from just the dog. And the best part is that you don't even have to pick up the seeds yourself. So if I just had 6 dogs active and I just went AFK overnight, chances are I'll probably wake up to some really good seeds. You're gonna have to sacrifice the other pets basically because you won't have them active. Like I have some good pets like this guy. He makes all plants grow faster, and this one increases the XP of every single pet that I have. So you would have to trade off something for the dog. So I only recommend doing this when you're planning to go AFK or if you're just kind of broke and you can't really afford any other pets. The dog is the most underrated low-level pet, and the best part is that you can literally just get it from any common egg. Like look, if I go over here and I just open one of these eggs, chances are I'll get a dog. I literally have a 33% chance of getting it. I hope. Let me just get that rare egg. Don't mind if I do. And that's pretty much it.